Somebody like me. Somebody like me is supposed to have a dream. Since 14 years old, I've been corrupted by these streets. 7 kids, they all gotta eat though, right? I swear I've seen so much pain it's hard to even sleep at night. This lifestyle just ain't right. I mean, can you blame me? Because at the time I didn't know right. But now with the knowledge, it's my fault if I don't grow. So I choose to grow. I choose to let my community and my people know that every day you choose not to live, you die slow. I'll be that road.
Just like that, motivation for the streets. It's time for that. You know exactly where you at. Tune in, stay tuned in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Race to 10K. Kodak Black, $1 million feature. We got to dissect this a little bit because with Kodak, we know he's going through some things right now. With Kodak, we've been seeing him going through what he's going through. And at the same time, we all know when we around people that's going through certain things and everybody's cry for help gonna be different. Some people gonna stress a lot. Some people gonna indulge in other things. What we seeing right now is Kodak indulging in other things. He putting his pain in that. And the people that's around him ain't playing his rib. They're not playing his backbone. From family to friends to people that he signed and gave a bag. Because let's just be honest, Kodak Black then broke bread with a lot of people around him. We done seen Kodak go back to his neighborhood, pay everybody's rent, go back to his neighborhood, get everybody AC, go back to his neighborhood, give away brand new Corvettes to his people's fresh home. We done seen him put chains on people's neck, give them rollies, give them bags. He giving up opportunities and hope. And in his neighborhood, people got a lot of faith in Kodak. So what Kodak stands for is even bigger than himself at this point, because where he come from, he has become the inspiration. The kids outside look at Kodak and they know whatever dream they have is possible. Whatever they think they can do is possible. So what we seeing Kodak go through right now, it's sad to watch. But you know what's even worse than watching it is the fact that nobody's helping. Nobody helping Kodak. Where's brother at right now? Where everybody that love Kodak at? At a time like this, where's his mama at? Because if Kodak missing anything right now, he not missing no money, he not missing no company, he not missing no women. But I'm gonna tell you what he really missing right now, and it's showing a lot. And that's why we seeing Kodak go down the road he going down, because Kodak missing real love. Just because somebody is step for you, scrap for you, that don't always mean people will rock you to sleep to get themselves in position. So people will do all these things for the selfish reason of getting they self in position with you. So they real motive, they real agenda don't really concern you. And we seeing that right now because when Kodak go through what he goes through, and then he go in these moments where he tripping, who you think holding the camera? Who you think holding the phone? Who you think pulling the iPhone out? Who you think putting these videos on YouTube? Who you think holding Kodak phone going live? Don't you think you should cut the live off? Don't you think you should help your homeboy? You see he clearly going that's what I'm saying. In today's world, people don't care about nobody but theyself, bro. And that's what we seeing Kodak go through. But in the middle of going through this, right? You see Wack100, who played a middleman in this whole situation, in this $1 million feature, which I've even heard that it was even more than $1 million. But we just gonna stay reasonable and say $1 million. Wack100. This is the same situation as being in the streets. You know somebody, you need to tap in with somebody. The person that you tapped in with can tap in where you can't go, where you can't tap, what you know what I'm saying? You can't tap in at. You can't politic it. So they reach out for you. In this case, we seeing Wack100 do it for Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, this is where everything gets worse because once again, nobody's helping Kodak. Nobody in the industry, his friends, his family. It's just Kodak dealing with whatever he's going through mentally on his own. Mind you, you got to deal with the stress of the industry. The industry is very stressful. You sleep less, you work more, you always on the go, you barely at home. It's a lot that come with that. You keeping up with a lot. It's a lot of responsibility that come with being successful, and a lot of people don't see that. They just see the money from the success that you've created. That's all they see is the money. They don't see how much you got to work, how much you got to maintain. They don't understand why you walking around with 4 phones, constantly in them, constantly on the phone, constantly. You see what I'm saying? Because that's a life that they don't live. Not to mention Kodak stand for something. Kodak is a Haitian. Kodak got a lot of Zoes around him. That's the most respected thing going on in Florida, bruh. Let me just make this clear. That's one of the most respected things going on in Florida. Street dude being Wack100 on the other side of the coast reaches out to Kodak for a nigga that should be banned from the industry, right? While Kodak going through what he's going through, nobody's assisting in helping him get himself back on track. Meanwhile, while his head really not in the game, Wack100 call. Say whatever he got to say to make Kodak. And let me get this right. This don't mean Kodak and Tekashi cool. We clearly heard Kodak diss Tekashi on the actual song. So while people being super extra critical, you got to understand, keep in mind of that. Also, keep in mind, how many of you broke niggas outside, y'all ain't turning down $10,000. You ain't gonna turn down no $1 million. You ain't gonna turn down no, man, shut up. So at the end of the day, it might seem like Tekashi finessed Kodak, but you can also say Kodak finessed Tekashi too. It goes both ways. But we all, being street from the street, we all feel like this. He shouldn't have did it in the first place. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that too, because I felt like that too. But that was a business move, not a street move. That was a business move, not a street move. Look at Boston Richie. We know what he did. He's still running around, holding money, doing this and doing that. And then at the same time, he still signed the FBG, but he ain't wearing no chains. You ain't gonna see him around none of them. Because FBG doing their business with street politics involved. So yeah, you can't come around us with that sourness. But it was easy for Wack100 to get in Kodak head and convince him to do what he did simply because look at Kodak, bro.
Prisons, low prisons, minimum camps, and all that shit. Y'all ain't been to the pen, so suck a dick. Y'all don't even know about this. So don't even say you know about this. Don't even say you know about this, nigga. The fuck? So I'm showing all the people who I know don't know about this. Only the niggas who went to the worst penitentiaries. And when I was 1,000 miles away, 1,000 miles away, homie. Cause when the First Step Act came out,
And this is why I say a lot of people looking at Kodak like that, and they saying cuz tweaking. Cuz he going through some things. Listen to what he's talking about. Some things don't make no sense, but some things he say make all the sense. And at a time like that, when he going through something like that with no help, no real friends, no real family, because let's just be honest, he ain't got no help present. They reach out for $1 million feature. Why they ain't do that when he was walking around on his Gremlin? When Gremlin was pumping, why they ain't do that when he was walking around getting all these hot features and had the radio jumping, internet going crazy? Why they ain't reach out then? They reach out after they see him on the ground, talking crazy, looking at the air, laying on the floor. They reach out then. They took advantage of Kodak, bruh. Period, point blank. It's nothing else you could say about it. They took advantage of Kodak at a time, like, because I don't think Kodak would have agreed to that a year ago. But like I said, Kodak got himself right now. Kodak going through so much. He understanding stuff, but he going about certain things differently because he ain't in his right mind right now. You got to understand that. Yeah, Kodak got the $1 million feature. Yeah, Wack100 and Tekashi 69 busted a major move because they clearly got one of the top 5 rappers in the younger generation to do a song with this dude that we don't even want in the hip hop culture. So yeah, while the $1 million might seem like a lot of money, just think about the biggest finesse that Tekashi 69 and pulled off with the middleman assistance of Wack100 of all people, man. Man, y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Leave them comments in the comment section, man, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm still rooting for Kodak because I understand what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing just, I know what I'm seeing. We need Kodak back. Kodak need help. All the other ones that want to blog and make fun of him and do all of that, y'all can keep doing y'all thing, but real people do real things, my dude. And we ain't doing that, bruh. Because at the end of the day, when people going through something, you supposed to help them. Anything outside of that, you ain't doing nothing but hurting, bruh. It's time for that. Culture for the streets, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And it's just like that.